Welcome to Wisdom Wednesdays with Leta. Today we're working on a simple message about daily, consistent practice that is essential for children, especially those with dyslexia or other learning differences. On Reading as a Human Right, we are talking about why children don't get it, or why, even though they've had adequate education, they are not making as much progress as you would hope. So we're going to use a sponge as our example. This simple kitchen sponge. Let's talk about it. Here we have a completely dry sponge, and here we have a full cup of water. Here's the truth. This sponge can hold all the water, but you cannot pour all the water at once. If you try to dump this whole cup of water on the sponge, the water will spill off, go everywhere, and most will never get absorbed. But if you use a dropper and you drop, the sponge will absorb every single bit of water. Not only that, it will hold on to it. And that's what our children are like. Learning isn't a pour, it's a drip. You cannot pour all information into a struggling learner in one big lesson or even a worksheet packet. Even if the information is good, even if the teacher is great, even if the curriculum is perfect, learning has to come drop by drop, and that's why practice matters. Not big, overwhelming chunks, not long, exhausting tutoring sessions once a week, daily drops of practice. A few minutes a day, reading, spelling, sound mapping, review. Drip, drip, drip creates learning that sticks. It's not just an opinion, it's supported by research and real-world experience. The case for practice, what research says. A few years ago, I co-presented a webinar with Chad Myers called The Case for Practice, and we talked about how even the best instruction doesn't stick without time for consolidation. The kids who need the most practice are the ones who get the least. Practice feels slow, it's not flashy, it's quiet and consistent. But here's where real learning happens, just like the sponge. That's where mastery happens. That's where saturation comes in. Dehaene says it is that practice that changes the brain. Don't underestimate the daily power of 5 to 20 minutes. Review previously learned materials, decoding practice, decodable text, sound symbol mapping, daily word chaining, things like vertical takeoff reading, letter tiles, or even just a dry erase board. You're reinforcing, not pouring, drip, drip, dripping. Next time you feel overwhelmed, remember the sponge. Your child is not a broken bucket. They're a brilliant sponge. Our job is to drop that knowledge in one day at a time. Don't flood them with pressure. Show up. And a drop, and another drop. Thank you for joining me today on Wisdom Wednesday. If you'd like to dive deeper, I'll link my Case for Practice webinar. Don't forget, this weekend, Sip and Sway. Tickets are available on the Illuminations Dyslexia website. And you can find more information about how to get your student help with dyslexia therapy or support for tutoring. We're signing up for our summer semester